I've got a crazy, stupid, awesome idea. Here it is. From my house to the city of Kadiri is about 10 miles, or 16 kilometers. I've made that trip on my bike at least 200 times in these last couple years. It takes me about 1 hour to bike there. But during these whole 2 years, I've never walked the 10 miles to Kadiri. I decided I would do that this week. Why did I make this decision? One reason is because I haven't had a real physical challenge in over a year. Additionally, as I've been making these videos and taking pictures, I've realized that the pictures that I see that hit me the most are portraits. And I've noticed that I don't take enough portraits. I need more practice. So, while I'm walking the 10 miles to Kadiri, I'll be taking portraits of people that I see along the way. So in one day, I'll walk 20 miles in about 10 hours, and I'll try to take 1,000 portraits. Tomorrow I will leave at 5 in the morning. So far it's going kind of slow. It's still pretty early. I'm coming up on a market. There should be a lot of people there. It's about 7:40. I've taken this many pictures. I'm way behind schedule. As you can see, I'm in the middle of a bunch of fields. There aren't that many people out here. I might not make that 1,000 picture goal, but I'm still having a great time. Alright, it's the next morning. So yesterday there was a change of plans. In the afternoon, I met up with a professor from University PGRI Kadiri. He and I went to dinner, he brought me home, and then we said goodbye. I'm gonna miss the teachers and students at that university. They're really cool. So, as you can tell, I failed my mission. I wanted to walk 20 miles in 10 hours and take 1,000 photographs. I ended up walking 10 miles in 6 hours and taking about 40 portraits. Though I failed my mission, I learned some lessons. Lesson number 1, keep your ego in check. When I was younger in high school and college, I was all about lifting weights and getting big muscles. There were a couple times when I let my ego control me and I did more than I should have. That resulted in my getting hurt. Nowadays, there's still an ego there, but I don't know if it's as big as it was. Or I just have more control over it. Yesterday, I realized that right now, walking 10 miles through the streets and fields of Indonesia is enough for me. Yeah, I probably could have walked the 10 miles back to my home, but that might have been too much and I could have gotten hurt. It's not worth the risk, especially when I'm going home soon. Lesson number 2, quality is better than quantity. I had this goal of taking 1,000 portraits. But soon I realized that that was an impossible goal, especially given that I had such little time to walk from my house to Kadiri. I could have easily taken 1,000 pictures along the way of things that I saw, like landscapes and animals and cars and stuff like that. But when you're specifically taking portraits, you have to spend time with the people that you photograph. You can't just walk up and say, "Hey, can I take your picture?" First off, they might just say no. If they do say yes, you might not make a very good portrait, because that person doesn't know you, so they might be guarded. You are a stranger to that person after all. Uh-oh. One example that I have is this photograph of this gentleman. As I was walking down the street, the first thing that I noticed about this guy was the Tony Stark arc reactor sized rock that he had right here. I thought it was really cool. So I walked up, I said hello, I gave him a compliment on his cool necklace. We chatted for a bit, then I asked him if I could take his picture. He happily agreed. So I stepped back, snapped a little photo, and I was on my way. Now, there were some people who, when I was walking by, I wasn't planning on taking their photograph, but they got my attention and they said, "Mister." I looked over and they did this. Enough said. I would say that I was surprised yesterday by all the people who were friendly to me, but I wasn't surprised. Friendliness is in the Indonesian people's nature. So, in review, the two big lessons that I learned were keep your ego in check and quality over quantity. It was a really fun experience for me, and I'm glad I did it. Stay tuned for the next vlog. I'll be talking about my breakup. Take care and keep creating. Bye-bye.